Our next mama is Jochebed, and she had a mother's love that protects. So Jochebed is the mother of Moses, and she was faced with an impossible decision. When Pharaoh ordered all Hebrew baby boys to be killed, she knew she could not kill her child. So she hid her son for 3 months, and then she placed him in a basket in the Nile River. We can read all about this in Exodus chapter 2. She trusted God with his life, and God provided. Moses was found by Pharaoh's daughter and eventually led Israel out of Egypt. Jochebed's story reminds us that protecting our children sometimes means making hard choices. From setting firm boundaries to making sacrifices for their well-being to covering them in daily prayer, we're called to guide and protect them. We may not always see immediate results, but like Jochebed, we can trust that God is at work. Our children may not be facing the threat of death from a king, thankfully, but we still must protect them, making tough choices. We do things like monitor their friendships, limit their screen time, and say no to something everyone else is doing. These things take courage and strength, but Proverbs 22:6 encourages us. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. Take wise action while trusting God is the first thing. Jochebed didn't just pray for Moses' safety. She also took action by hiding him and then placing him in a basket in the Nile. She wasn't just sitting around. As moms, we can take practical steps to protect our children, such as setting boundaries with technology, choosing the right influences, and teaching them about God's truth. At the same time, we trust that God is in control beyond what we can do. Another thing is to let go and trust God's plan. As painful as it must have been, Jochebed had to release Moses into God's hands. Man, that would be hard, just to put him in the river. We too will face moments when we must let go. It really is the very nature of parenthood to prepare our kids for life on their own. Letting go is not easy, but we can rest in the promise that God loves them even more than we do, as it says in Isaiah 41:13. And then also we want to pray for God's protection and guidance. Jochebed couldn't follow Moses into Pharaoh's palace, but God was with him every step of the way. Likewise, we cannot always be with our children, but we can cover them in prayer, asking God to protect and guide them through all they face. Our prayers invite God to work in their lives.